powerboat series on the planet is back with a great new series for 2016. 14 international teams, iconic locations, each course generating different racing conditions that challenge the teams not only tactically but physically. Two pilots in the cockpit working together to balance power with precision to keep the XCATs at their limits, where just one slight misjudgment could send you up or under.
My word, they've gone in!
It's the first round of the 2016 UIM XCAT World Series. Welcome to Fujairah in the United Arab Emirates to launch full speed into a new season of the XCAT World Series. This weekend's Grand Prix will form the first part of a double-header, with the next race scheduled in a week's time, and the teams will make the short journey west across the desert to Dubai. Staging two races so close together always presents a demanding challenge for the teams, but it's going to be an even bigger challenge this month as the teams need to adapt to many new changes in the competition. Most teams will be using their new four-stroke engines for the very first time. There's no doubt that the power boost is impressive, but their addition requires the teams to make adjustments to the boat's weight and balance. Some teams have even lengthened their boats to adapt. Lady Spain's driver, Sean Torrente, will give us an expert insight into what it all means later in the programme. Plus, apart from new engines, new boats and new locations this year, there are also some new rules, including an exciting new format for the pole position qualifying session. And we'll also be getting up close and personal with many of the teams to reveal the characters inside the cabins of these supercharged speed machines. All this plus, of course, the best racing action and controversy from the weekend. And let's just say, it's not all smooth sailing.
Revenge. It's time.
This time last year, the 2015 XCAT World Series also kicked off in Fujairah, in a Grand Prix remembered for this dramatic incident.
Faza are on fire at the back. That's incredible. The race-leading boat is out of the race, the defending champions.
The Faza team rebounded from this incident in the best way possible. With a new boat in livery, they became known as the ex-Dubai team and dominated the rest of the season's races to finish as 2015 XCAT World Series champions. But there can be no resting on their laurels for this team. And so 2016 sees another all-new boat design to stay one step ahead of the competition. This time, sporting the team name of Victory across a dazzling blue hull. Based in Dubai, the Victory Team company design, build and supply many of the boats for other XCAT teams. But the number 3 on the side of an XCAT boat has long represented Victory Team's own flagship contender and has always proven to be the one to beat. No team spends more money or time testing and refining than the Victory Team, so the pressure to finish first is intense for drivers Nadir Ben-Hendi and Arif Al-Zafain.
My name is Nadir Ben-Hendi. I race for Victory Team and I'm driving a Victory boat and it's number 3.
My name is Arif Saif. I drive Victory Team boat number 3.
We've been racing more than six years together, so we've embedded a lot together and we know what we need, what the boat needs. So one thought, one mind, and that's how it goes. Success comes.
Reliability. Reliability. Okay, reliability sure is important thing, but I think we'll stay good time with this 4-stroke engine. I think that this will be the future for the race.
It is really a good challenge and the competition is very high. This makes you push and start to do your homework a lot, do a lot of testing to be one step ahead of everybody.
Once again, the boys will expect to start the new season strongly on pole position. And this year, the UIM have instigated some changes in the format of the session. It's now separated into 3 rounds, with the slowest drivers in each round eliminated. Every minute on the water was a precious resource this weekend, as it doubled as an extra chance to test their new boat setup at high speed. So the pressure on the drivers to advance through the rounds has never been more important. After the first round, the boats struggling to keep up the pace included two of the teams still running last year's two-stroke engines, the Italian 6 team and Abu Dhabi 4. Going into round 2, the team surprising everyone was the number 8 Australia boat.
Fastest in the first part of qualifying, and they've got a new boat this season from the Victory team, and they're faster than the Victory team by 2 seconds.
But perhaps the biggest accolade should go to T-Bone Station, which posted the second fastest lap time despite still running the older two-stroke engine.
Giovanni Garbatella underlining his brilliance. He's not even been in the boat since November, but it's the only two-stroke through to the final part of qualifying.
The second round saw the exit of the much-fancied teams of XCAT, Dubai and Gold Coast, perhaps still struggling to find the right balance with the new Mercury engines. In the final session, all times are wiped clean, and each team is given just one chance to post a lap time within a 5-minute window. But controversy struck when, perhaps through eagerness, both Victory and T-Bone Station jumped the green flag.
Well, perhaps there's some confusion over the new regulations for qualifying, but T-Bone Station and Victory team going way too early, racing each other almost, and surely that will see them disqualified from the session.
We heard green flag, and then all of a sudden the radios were all upside down because the ships are out there and we can hear the ships very clearly. So we heard green, and then all of a sudden there was communication from the ships. We couldn't hear anything. When we pushed till we reached close to the yellow, and we heard, no, stop. We stopped, backed up, and then they said green. So we were confused what to do.
All of which left just 2 boats to compete, though not for long. Team Australia were on pace for their first ever pole position until warning lights in their cabins indicated a problem with their new engines, forcing them to ease off the throttle.
Australia have stopped. Oh no, this is becoming a war of attrition without anyone even entering into battle. And that means that Abu Dhabi Team 5, as long as they keep going, will be on pole position.
And so an exciting qualifying session ended rather disappointedly, without the intense fight to the finish it promised. Disappointing, that is, for all except Abu Dhabi Team 5.
I'm happy to get the first place, but there's some mistake for another team he do, and I get the first place. But I'm happy about my boat.
You know, to be honest, we're a little bit disappointed. We thought we had the measure of everybody. We've been going really well all day, and unfortunately on the one flying lap we needed to put it together, we lost power. We knew we were on the pace for a possible shot at the pole, but that's racing.
The qualifying session proved that although the new 4-stroke engines are undeniably more powerful, the teams using them are still experimenting to harness their optimum performance. American driver of the number 46 boat Lady Spain, Sean Torrente, agreed to give us an insight into the challenges facing users of both types of engine.
Here we are in Fujairah, the opening round of the 2016 XCAT World Championship. It's a nice, calm, hot day here in the Middle East, and all the teams are starting to prepare their boats for the final race today. Being the first round of the 2016 season, we've had a new engine come into play, the 400 ROS from Mercury. However, not all the teams have switched. And it's still not clear who's the clear-cut winner at this point as far as speed and performance and reliability. So here on Matteo Nicolini and Tommaso Poli's boat, they still run the 2.5 liter, which is lighter, more RPMs, and furthermore, really the main thing is that we've set this engine up for many years. So the boat's really dialed in. Everybody knows how it's going to act. When the sea conditions change, they know where to put the weight. They know how to set the boat up. They know how to set it up for acceleration. They know how to set it up for rough water. Matteo's great at the rough water, in fact, and on his boat, as you can see, the engines are very high because they have modified water pickups, which is allowed, and propeller choice. They've developed propellers for 5 or 6 years. But now moving to the new engine on the yacht's boat is the 400 ROS. It's a much heavier engine, but it also has much more power. The negative to this, though, is that there hasn't been a lot of test time. The teams are still learning as they go. They're having issues with alarms and things like this, but the speed is incredible. Their lap times when the motor runs proper is really, really good. Right out of the box, they're a bit quicker than the 2.5, and that's without any propeller development. But going into the race, they have no idea where they need to put weight. They have no idea if the motors are going to be too high or too low for water pickup. They've had a lot of Guardian issues this weekend that they were trying to work through. They're all small problems, but problems nonetheless. Now, as far as the boat setup goes, the yacht's boat here is a Doug Wright built in the USA. It's not one of the wider boats, but it's longer, which for him worked well now because moving to the new engine, the heavier engine, the longer boats seem to be better in this moment. Once again, we don't know exactly how it's going to react in the race. So some of the shorter boats with the big engines, they might not handle well. They might be very fast, but if the water kicks up, if the wind kicks up, if the seas become large, they won't handle as well as the boats that are longer, with more freeboard and a smaller tunnel.
Possibly the clearest way to compare the performance of the two types of engine was in the head-to-head drag race sprint known as the SpeedCat Run. It's a fan favourite at every XCAT's event. Teams are drawn by lots to determine who will race who in a straight line 1 kilometre duel, with the loser eliminated and the winner advancing to the next round. The teams still using the old two-stroke engines were hoping that they might have the edge today, as their boats were much lighter and able to reach their top speed more rapidly. The question is, would that top speed be enough against the new four-stroke? The answer from the 6 team was an emphatic yes, as Matteo Nicolini and Tommaso Poli shook off the top 2 pole position finishers, Team Australia and Abu Dhabi 5, in the first 2 rounds. In fact, 3 of the 4 semi-finalists were boats using the older two-strokes. The 6 team advanced to the final, past Sean Torrente and Jay Price in the Lady Spain boat, while the other semi-final featured a rematch between the fierce rivals T-Bone Station and the only 4-stroke contender, Victory Team.
Giovanni Carpentella this time can't get the better of Victory Team as he did last year. Victory are through to the final.
On this occasion, the Victory Team reigned supreme and followed it up with a convincing win over the 6 boat in the SpeedCat Run final.
It's victory for the Victory Team, and it's another second place in the SpeedCat Run for the 6th boat of Tommaso Poli.
We kind of have a little ticket book for second places in Fujairah, which seems to be second is our place in this race. Whatever we do.
The last 3 years.
The last 3 years, always second. So let's try to change it tomorrow and to try to get a first in the race.
The SpeedCat Run results earn the teams bonus points towards the overall series championship. So as we go into tomorrow's race, the Victory Team already lead the field. But will it stay that way? Join us after the break to find out, as the first XCAT Grand Prix of the year makes a splash in Fujairah.
Oh, and there's a boat upside down, and it's Team Australia!
Welcome back to highlights from the first round of the 2016 XCAT World Series. It's race day here in Fujairah on the far east coast of the UAE, and although they're a long way from home, the number 8 boat of Team Australia have captured all the attention by qualifying second on the starting grid. It's their best ever pole position, so today is a massive opportunity for the team to establish themselves as contenders.
My name is Brett Lerman. I'm the pilot in Team Australia boat from Sydney, Australia.
My name is Paul Rick Nielsen from Norway. I'm Choltelman on Team Australia. Everything is new crew, new boat, engines. I think it's only me and Brett that's same as last year.
We made that decision to take the leap. We bought a brand new boat, you know. The power ratio to the length of the boat, to the setup of the boat, you know, it's like flying a plane on water, so, you know, you've got to get that balance right.
We hope to fight for podiums every race. I think we have a fair chance for that.
What happens in the cabin stays in the cabin.
Yeah. I'm a bad loser, so sometimes I can be a little bit upset, but it's not in a bad way. It's just I want our team to do the best.
Powell has a thing about his gloves. You know, he's got to have the right glove to wear because he throttles with it all the time, and you're quite particular about it, aren't you?
Yeah. So we had bad luck in the pole position, so I went to the city and bought some new ones that give me more luck. So
more luck with the Powell.
Today's race will be perfect with the new gloves.
That's it.
Well, clearly with Powell's new throttle glove, the victory today is assured for Team Australia. Though I suspect the other 13 teams may have different ideas. So as the boats head out to the starting gates, let's hand over to Jack Nichols in the commentary box to guide us through the action.
It's the start of the 2016 XCAT World Series, and we're here on a beautiful day in Fujairah for it. Here's a look at the course going around the coast and then back inside. 2 long laps to be taken over the course of this Grand Prix. It's the start lap, 11 race laps, and 2 of those long laps out the far end of the course, which will improve the overtaking. So now the boats are making their way up towards the start line then. And what are we going to see on this run down towards the first corner? Always one of the most entertaining parts of an XCAT race, as the pilots battle it out to be in the lead. This is on board with the Dubai boat, Salam Al Adidi and Issa Al Ali. Fujairah team on the left of them. There's the Gold Coast Australia boat, number 11, pulling into position alongside the number 6 boat that we are riding on board with. They're all queued up, waiting for the green flag to be raised, and then the racing for 2016 will be underway. Who is going to get the best getaway? Abu Dhabi Team 5 are on pole position as the green flag goes up. Pasquale Cesano raises it aloft, and it's a good start by T-Bone Station in boat number 10. Giovanni Carpatella and Marco Panessi getting a good getaway, but the 3-boat of Victory Team look like they're coming with them. There you can see from the pole position boat just the kind of start that they've managed to get. It's side by side between the 3-boat of Victory Team and the 10 T-Bone Station boat, but it looks as though it's Victory who are going to have the advantage as they come into the left-hander for the first time. On board we are with Fujairah Team further back as they come through the right-hander, and something's gone on there. There's a boat under. There's a boat gone under, and it's Team Australia. Oh, Paul Verick Nielsen and Brett Lerman upside down at the start of this Grand Prix, and that surely is going to bring out the red flag. We're going to have to stop proceedings now, I would have thought. There's the 6th boat of Niccolini looking back from them. But yes, there is the red flag then, and let's just hope that Brett Lerman and Paul Verick Nielsen, who having had an excellent pole position session, it looks as though the race is over for them already, as Victory Team and Abu Dhabi Team. Not quite sure whether they've spotted the red flag yet. They're still going side by side, but yes, there's Brett Lerman and Paul Verick Nielsen. Well, those gloves, Paul, didn't bring you much luck, did they? They are gesticulating there about what exactly happened. Let's try and find out what did exactly happen. This is on board with the Abu Dhabi Team, boat number 5, going side by side with T-Bone Station. Oh my goodness, they just cut across the wake of Victory Team and smash into the side of Team Australia. Goodness me, that's a dramatic moment, and it's that contact that will have sent them into the water. Team 5, Abu Dhabi, they're absolutely fine. No such problems for Rashid Al-Tayer and Faleh Al-Mansouri. And as the boats now get ready to take the restart, we've still got to clear away the Team Australia boat, but Paul Verick Nielsen and Brett Lerman out of the race. Here's a look from the Dubai boat, Issa Al Ali and Salam Al Adidi, and there you can just see the end of it on the right-hand side with the Australia boat upside down. And this is with Fujairah, again, always just catching the end of the incident. Time for the restart for the Fujairah Grand Prix, the first round of this 2016 UIM XCAT World Series. There's the green flag. Hopefully we get a clean one this time as the race gets underway. It's a good start from Dubai, but it's boat 3, Victory Team, who have got the best getaway now by the looks of things. T-Bone Station got a good start first time around. It's not gone as well this time, and it's looking like it's a comfortable start for Arif Al-Zafin and Nadir Bin Hendi in that number 3 boat. Gold Coast Australia getting involved in the fight as well. Meanwhile, it's side by side between the Fujairah team and the Dubai team. We're on board with Salam Al Adidi and Issa Al Ali, but it's the Fujairah team that look as though they've taken the advantage on the run down towards the first corner. This is battling over about 3rd or 4th position. Goodness me, that's the effect of when you get in the spray of the boat in front. You just can't see anything. We're on board with Abu Dhabi Team 5, chasing down Fujairah for 3rd position as they come towards the final corner on this start lap. Fujairah holding the inside line. We're on board with them as they try and close in on T-Bone Station for 2nd. Frantic battling in the first part of the lap as they go through the spray again of the T-Bone Station boat, and it's such a challenge to do anything when you've got that much visibility as they swing through the right-hander, and they need to be careful because Abu Dhabi Team 5 are battling them, but actually Dubai are challenging Abu Dhabi now. We're on board with Salam Al Adidi and Issa Al Ali up the inside into the final corner, and it looks as though that Dubai boat has managed to get through. Abu Dhabi Team 5 dropping down a position, in fact going very, very wide out of the final turn. So that is down to 5th place now for the Abu Dhabi team. Dubai up into 4th, but it's Victory Team who are leading this Grand Prix at the end of the start lap. 2nd place across the line at the end of lap number 1 is the 10 boat of T-Bone Station. And then it's the Fujairah team in 3rd position, who we're on board with now. Powering out towards the ocean once more. But there's the advantage, goodness me, that Victory Team have. Arif Al-Zafin and Nadir Bin Hendi comfortably clear at the start of the first lap. It's very tight for 2nd. Dubai looking comfortable at the moment in 4th. And then it looks as though the XCAT team have got him into 5th place. Abu Dhabi Team 5 dropping back through the order. As we take a look at Virtual Eye, you can see the advantage the 3-boat have. In fact, Abu Dhabi Team, boat number 5, all the way down into 8th place. There you can see Gold Coast Australia. They're going to be the first boat to take the long lap You've got to do 2 of those throughout the course of the Grand Prix. So they and Abu Dhabi Team 5 are going to be out of sync with the rest of the pack.
We skip ahead now to lap 8. Most boats have taken both long laps, including Victory, which still holds a lead from Fujairah Team, T-Bone and Gold Coast. XCAT holds 3rd, but still has a long lap remaining. Abu Dhabi 5 has dropped well back.
What a performance this is from the 3 boat of Victory Team. Arif Al-Zafin and Nadir bin Hendi, as they have done so often throughout the season's dominating proceedings. This is Israel Ali and Salam Al-Adidi in the Dubai boat. They are trying to close down on the Gold Coast Australia boat in front of them, who are running in 4th spot. Both of them, in fact, are closing in on the Fujairah Team boat as well. So it's all starting to concertina up at the front of this Fujairah Grand Prix. And out, that is boat number 5, Faleh Al-Mansouri and Rashid Al-Taya, out of the Grand Prix, and that is a real shame for them. Perhaps they picked up damage earlier on, and more trouble for Fujairah Team. They were in 2nd place, but they're behind Gold Coast Australia, and now they're going to be behind the Dubai boat. There they go. Perhaps technical problems for Fujairah Team, the hometown boat running into problems, and that's a real shame for them as they start to lose positions. So that means XCAT are in 2nd place, 3rd for Gold Coast Australia, 4th for Dubai, and Fujairah dropping out of the order. But back in the pits, the argument's still going on about that dramatic first start. The UIM officials getting involved as well with the Abu Dhabi team. But meanwhile, it's XCAT Racing who are going for their long lap. Now, are they going to come out in front of Gold Coast Australia? Are they going to come out in front of the Dubai team? It's going to be absolutely nip and tuck between them as XCAT now head back down to the main part of the course. Gold Coast Australia are through into 2nd place, but the 33 boat of Dubai, who we're on board with now, can see the podium within their sights. The XCAT team are there in that 3rd place at the moment as the 3 boat of Victory team come across the line. The Dubai boat are charging, and they're getting right up to the back of the orange XCAT boat now, coming down towards the final corner on the course, and Dubai are looking towards the inside line. What can XCAT do to try and stop them? Fantastic side-by-side action. It's Mikael Bengtsson and Eric Stark piloting that orange XCAT boat. They come right across the front. No way they're going to let Dubai go through without a fight, and that has really put Dubai off. They're swerving over to the left-hand side, and that has worked out very well for the XCAT team. This is what it looked like on board with Dubai, minding their own business, trying to get the inside line. XCAT come over and say, nope, you're not coming through this way. And Dubai, well, look at what it did to our camera, let alone if you're trying to pilot this boat at about 120 kilometers an hour. And that is the tactic that XCAT have used to build up this advantage. And that should secure them the podium. We haven't got that long to go in the Fujairah Grand Prix. In fact, there's the white flag now. But the Victory team are already well past it. They're putting a lap on Rahib here as they are now almost halfway around the course on this final tour. And what a start to the season it looks set to be for Arif Al-Zafin and Nadir bin Hendi, the defending champions with the Victory team. And that Victory team really seem to have got to grips with these new 4-stroke engines quicker than anyone else, but I'm sure over the course of this long 2016 campaign we're going to see them challenged. Unfortunately, Fujairah team dropped off earlier on today, and that has left the gates open for boat number 3 of Arif Al-Zafin and Nadir bin Hendi for the Victory team to come through the final corner and to win the Fujairah Grand Prix, the first race of the UIM XCAT World Series. There's the checkered flag, and there's the victory. Second across the line for the Gold Coast Australia boat. Great performance from them.
And so Victory drove a faultless race and are worthy winners. And no one was more excited than the Gold Coast team, who fought from 7th to finish 2nd.
It was only about a lap or 2 from the end we realised what position we're in, so absolutely great. Ross drove the absolute wheels off it, so can't commend him enough.
As he said, we drove the wheels off it. His strategy was spot on. He said, we're doing the 2 long laps now, we get out of the bad water, dirty water, get clean water, and it paid off. So yeah, great team effort.
We got jumped by everyone on the start, so if we can qualify well and get up next to them in the on the grid order, then it's a different story, you know. And if we can get a jump, then we might have the edge. But they're a tough team to beat. They're an absolute professional crew, and you know they're going to be hard to beat all year.
Winning driver Nadir bin Hendi's thoughts were with the team involved in the accident.
I don't know what happened. We just heard that number 5 and number 8 had a collision. I hope for all of the drivers are okay. When the green flag goes, you forget everything and you just go 100%. You can't ease off and say I will relax because there's other boats want to catch you. You have to be very alerted and 100% concentration to make sure that you come in front.
And while the winners celebrated, the loss still stung for the Team Australia boys. Brett Lerman was taken to hospital for a closer look. following morning, his mind was only on next week's race in Dubai.
We know we've lost an engine, we know we've lost most electronics because the boat's been over, so we've had some structural damage externally. We've got 4 days now until the next round in Dubai, and hopefully we can be there.
Revenge.
It's time.